Yarg, mateys! We're here on an awesome bounty from the Dyrt, looking at a new bounty campground here in Oklahoma. I got my tent set up. I've got a couple little guests. This is gonna be a swashbuckling good time in Garvin! Garvin! Hey guys, it's Ranger Bunny and I am here to do another exciting review. This time, bounty style! Today we are in Garvin, Oklahoma, where we are checking out an awesome campground, like literally just a stone's throw from the water. Now normally the water wouldn't be quite this high, but there have been tons of rains right now, so everything is still greened up and awesome, and look at this shade. Ooh!
Do you like fishing? Do you like rescued animals? What cute little fuzzy things your thing?
Well, if you answered yes to any of these things, then you will want to come and check out Dancing Deer here in Garvin. There are tons of cool things that you will see while here. Let me tell you about my experience. Whenever I pulled in, I was greeted, and I don't mean just like, hi, how are you? What's up? No, my campground host actually came up and brought me to my campsite. They didn't do that whole lame, just like,
it's over there.
No, this was completely different. This was amazing. They came straight out to my car and introduced themselves. Then they told me that they would drive me all the way to my campsite so they could show me the lay of the land and show me what's out here, which I think is awesome, just saying. But then the most surprising part happened. This was the part where they rolled out the red carpet and the extended family. And I'm not talking about grandma and the grandkids. Nope, the Furry Family. Ah! I was so excited. The Furry Family is a really unique feature of this particular campsite itself. They actually do a lot of rescues for animals. They have rescue horses, even a rescue deer that they're rehabilitating, hoping to release it back into nature. So you get to meet some of these. And my favorite part was you get to hold the little baby animals. That's right, I got to hold and pet a baby fox, a baby raccoon, and a baby skunk. And for anybody who out there is saying,
no, that's not for me,
they were so stinking cute. After that, we all got into our vehicles and they actually drove me down to my campsite and showed me around. They showed me that they have fire rings out here and told me that if I would have arrived too late in the day for me to get down here and establish camp before dark, they would have come down and set up my campfire for me, which that is unheard of and super awesome. Also, they were explaining to me that sometimes during the year they do nature hikes and things like that whenever they have more guests, which I thought was really cool. They also do some things where they share what kind of berries that you can eat in the wild, which is awesome. And some other cool things are they actually have tents available. So if you are camping in this area and you don't have a tent, or you messed up your tent, you're just trying something new, you can actually rent a tent for only $10 a night. That's pretty amazing, and not a lot of campgrounds do that. So yeah, all special cool features that are really awesome. Now let me show you my campsite real quick, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the campsite itself. A couple things to keep in mind. It has been raining like crazy in Oklahoma. Same thing in Texas where I'm from. So right now, no matter if you like literally mow, the next day it's gonna be back up good.
Hey guys, hey.
So I will never judge a campsite based on that kind of condition. Now, if it had been a drought or something and then the weeds were up high, then yeah, but literally the waters of the Red River are pushing up in here because there's been so much rain. So this normally would be a walk to the beach, and you could also camp at another campsite down there. But right now that's all super pressed upon, and so we have the meadow camping only at this moment. This right now, again, is because of the torrential rains that have been going on. So when we're looking at our campsite, this is what we have to look at. This is our single campsite. At my campsite, I have my very own camp toilet, which I normally never have an isolated single one, so that's pretty cool. And then they do pick up the trash here, so I've been told that if I just put my trash in there, they'll take care of it. I don't have to worry about it, which is kind of nice. So you don't have to pack in and out the same items. Over here, I have a nice even tent pad, so I can pretty much set up anywhere in this area and have a nice even space. And look at all of these shade trees. This is amazing. That means that in the morning, I'm not gonna get woke up quite as early by the sun, and at night, it's gonna be nice and shady. But during summertime, when the temperatures in Texas and Oklahoma are stupid hot, this is a nice, cool retreat for me when I just want to get out of the house and go camping. How many times have you gone, gotten some ice, and by the end of the day, it's nothing but a slush? Well, today I filled up my Rovr cooler at about, I want to say 9:30 in the morning with one bag of ice. I have gone all around Texas today and into Oklahoma. It has been a blasting hot day. So we're talking about conditions in the car whenever I wasn't there of about 130 probably. And then whenever I was in the car, the air conditioner, that doesn't really count. But outside it has been hot. Like, look at this. I am just sweaty. But the Rovr cooler has done an awesome job keeping my ice nice and cool. I still have large chunks of ice in here, so I'm going to show you what it looks like after, let's see, it's like 8:30 now. Did notice there's quite a bit of melt in there, but there's still a lot of ice also. One small bag. My water on the side that I had placed, the ice itself is so cold. Like so cold. And then I had put some other water in the bin where I did not put ice just because I wanted to see how it would do when not directly in the ice. And it's pretty cold too. Pretty cold. But this isn't your ordinary cooler. Ice, staying cold, that's just one aspect. Let's check out more. Bet you didn't know that the Rovr cooler also is a table. Yeah. The top of it serves as a table or a seat, but there's also an attachment that you can get to make it into a wooden table, which is crazy, and I'm gonna definitely have to get that. I just haven't yet. I had a great night's sleep, and like always, I do share with you the ugly side of travel as well as the good side. This is nothing specific to the campground, more so the area that we're in general. We're really close to water, like less than 100 yards away from camp. So with that are going to be mosquitoes. It just happens. So last night before I got into my tent, I used my little bug stuff, and I noticed that one actually got me on the nose and then one got me on the throat before I could do that. And then my poor legs, I have like 5 different bug bites. Obviously sunrise and we still have some mosquitoes hanging on. I'm about to start packing up the car and get on my way to another exciting adventure, but first I wanted to check in on my Rovr cooler and see how much ice we have left. Now last night I had some chunks left and it sat all through the night. It's kind of hot and humid here, so let's see. Super cold in here, but it looks mostly like water. Now in order for us to drain some of this water, we're going to take out the little freezer bin, set it over to the side. This is the knob which actually attaches it to the side, so I'm going to put that in my pocket so I don't lose it, because yeah, that would be a crisis. And then we have the water that's collected in here. The drain is right here on the side, so I am going to lift the handle and untwist the drain. I should probably note that you should probably move this away from where you're about to like take down your tent. I just made like a big puddle of water. Oopsie! Okay, so the cooler is drained. It's time to pack it back up and hit the road. The water inside is still super cold, so we're gonna see how long it stays cold. This is the true test. This is gonna be the fun one. And this is how we're gonna do it. We're going to latch it down by pulling our little latches right here and securing it in place. Okay, so it is 8 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna see how long the water stays cold. And go. I will say this, I have a small car. It takes up like one whole side of the back seat. And with doors like these, it's a little hard to maneuver to get in for a person, one person who's not very strong. I'm now tired. So after I've gotten all put together, it's time to break down the tent so that we can head out and see what's around town. One of the coolest things about coming to areas like this is not only do they have the great river, which is awesome and fun to play in, even though it is a little out of its bounds right now, they also have this wonderful relaxation space, but they're close to some really interesting things in town. So we're about to load up the car and head out and see them. So one of my favorite things about travel is getting to explore not only my camping area, but the area around it to prove that there is such a value just to getting out of the house and going somewhere different. Oh no, we have a hitchhiker. I'm about to make him very upset, guys. It's time to break down the tent and he's trying to make a cameo. Sorry. Always remember, leave it how you found it, if not better. Just a tip, look at this. It's like we were never here. One last view of this wonderful campground and these beautiful shade trees. Another super cool feature that they're hoping to offer in the future here at all of their campgrounds is horseback riding. They have some amazing horses and they love to share the message of the rescues. So they're hoping to provide horseback later on. It isn't here yet, but I have faith that it's going to be here in the very near future. Whenever you come and go, you can do so at your pleasure, of course, but remember to close the gate. That's important. They have horses. We don't want them to get out.
See, it's not that hard, guys.
We have come to an impasse. This guy is taking up the whole road, and he's not going very fast. That's the country. Okay guys, it is now 2:30 and I am about to check the ice box to see how cold these drinks are. Let's see if we have any chill to them still. They've been in there all day without ice. They were pretty cold whenever we left the campground though. Oh my goodness, I feel the cold. It's like a difference whenever I put my hand toward the cooler even. That's pretty awesome. Let's see how the drinks themselves feel. Oh, they're still so cold. Like, so cold. This thing is very well insulated. That means that yesterday in the morning at some early time before I left, I put ice into the cooler. I then had the ice overnight. It melted. I drained it, and the drinks were still cold enough that they're still cold hours later. Like, this has gotta be like something big, right? Something big. And it's so refreshing. Rovr cooler is doing the thing. So whenever I was at my camp, they totally suggested that I needed to come here. So that's where we're stopping off today, and we're gonna pet some animals. Get hands on. gum.
It's colored up so pretty.
Yeah, her coloring is great.
Like her shoulders and everything.
Oh,
It's pretty.
she's so cute. Oh my goodness, they're so cute though.
They're brats, huh? You poor babies, you need it for a book.
So many cute animals. I'm moving outside so I can see some of the larger animals, and oh my goodness, I could literally come here every single day. I am learning all sorts of facts, and that is because of my campground host. I have come here and been so educated, and that is awesome. So not only did my campground have this great, awesome campground itself, but there was an education that came with it with only a short drive. I came to Hochatown and I'm here at the petting zoo. Only $9, which is crazy good. And I am having the time of my life. Now, the reason why I was suggested to come here, of course, was because they actually do rare or exotic animals at the campground. And then some of those animals come here to live and be a part of the petting zoo. Oh my goodness, amazing. I love the fact that you can come in and interact with deer, not only little baby deer, but they have larger deer as well. And they're all chilling out because it's kind of hot outside. They have some water over here to keep them nice and cool, but they're so cute. now in the big barn area where we're greeted by the sweetest pony right out the gate. Look at the pony. Ah! So awesome. One of the things that was brought to my attention whenever I was actually going through the smaller barn was that they do allow people to come out and volunteer, which I think is really awesome. So if you're ever in this area, you want to volunteer, it's a great place to volunteer, and I'm going to leave the information in the comments section below so that you can totally go and figure that out if you're in this area of Oklahoma. If you're not and you just want to stop in, well, you can make a donation in addition to your actual entry fee, and yeah, there's always ways that you can help out. A lot of these animals have come from places where they've had to be rescued, and they're living a much better life now and are very well taken care of. The people here are all absolutely awesome. I am obsessed with this alpaca. He just looks happy, so happy. Alpacas always like have their little teeth out going, "Urgh." It's awesome. Now, there are literally every kind of animal that you can imagine here, but I possibly found my new BFF. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And he doesn't even care about me. No, not one little bit. So cute. Okay, so I have to say that was an amazing experience and a great way to spend quite a few hours because I literally pet almost everything, like literally almost everything. I met some of the coolest staff members ever, and I will definitely be keeping in touch because I will be back like Arnold. Yeah. 2 hours later. Yep, still cold, still cold, still cold.